Hey there, my name's Evan Mazunik. Welcome and thanks for tuning in to episode number 14 in this series of sound painting videos for 2011. Every week I'm going to release a short video using sound painting, and for those of you who've watched so far, thank you so much, and for those of you who are just joining us, I'd recommend you start early in the series and work your way and catch up on some of the language we're going to be using in this way of working. So sound painting, for those of you who may not know, is a sign language for live composition, where I offer a sign and you respond back in your discipline as a performer. It could be sound or movement or visual arts. And over the last few weeks, I'm recording these videos in a little batch here because I'm going to be on the road with Danielson. Great band. Check out link below for tour dates. But over the last few weeks, I've focused on just one new gesture every week and try to introduce that new information into the soup, add another ingredient, and also work with the other ingredients, the other gestures and signs that we've already worked with and learned. So today I want to work with another one of these faders. Usually we've had faders like volume, right? Either side, by the way. Tempo. We've also worked with level, okay? And then I want to work with another one that's really, really powerful and isn't on these arms physically. It's up here, right? And it's one that's of a big challenge to a lot of groups, even professional groups who've worked with this gesture for a long time, because it requires a bit of restraint and discipline, especially as an ensemble. But you could even realize this as a soloist. So this one is using more space. It's the more space fader. My goodness. More space fader. So out here, the way I like to describe it, out here is sort of Kansas, and right here is Times Square, all right? And I don't necessarily mean how crammed or crowded you are, because there's another way for to ask for people as movers in a space, like in sort of three-dimensional space, to get up and get towards a crowd or cluster. What I mean is sort of the sense of openness and expansiveness and silence even, or stillness. Because way out here is really silent or still, and way in here is very busy and dense. So here's like a hive of bees, right? Buzzing, buzzing, a lot of activity, and we'll pull it out here gradually get out to, man, I hope this is even in the video. I haven't checked to see if this gesture fits in. I could be totally off screen here, all right? But way out here, somewhere way out here, is using a lot of space. And that translates to silence or stillness, even up to 5 seconds, as much as 5 seconds of complete and total silence or stillness. Now that's very easy to execute when you're an individual, and then as soon as you add more and more people, the game gets a little bit more interesting. The plot thickens, if you will, because you may have to contribute maybe, who knows, 12 seconds, 15 seconds of silence, and really wait your turn. Wait for your moment, I should say, to really contribute something, because the group effect may not be up to 5 seconds of silence at all. So when I say 5 seconds, let me just again really refine this, because this I think is such a beautiful and powerful gesture. I don't say that someone makes a sound and then everyone silently counts to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then comes in with another sound, very sort of measured and regular. It's a bit more living and maybe chaotic and a bit more like a group mind working here. You might have one person come in and another person immediately answer, and then nothing for 7 seconds, which I don't know if has ever happened with a group and working this way for over a decade. But it's possible. Or you may have nothing for 2 seconds, and then the whole group gets active again, and then nothing for 3 seconds, and then just one person comes in. All right, so I just want to give you an idea. I don't want to tell you how to do this, but I want to give you some ideas of possible results that may happen in using the more space fader. So this basically is group density, all right? So how busy are things, right? In sound or in movement. So this is very, very active, and this is very, very sparse. And we've got a lot of stillness or silence. So I want to work with that gesture, And again, we'll just work with a few content gestures, and I'll keep it back to a whole group. Last week we did group 1 and group 2, really dug into that. But today I just want to work with the whole group. So if you're one person, or if you're 500 people, we'll work with this. And then we'll just work with the more space fader, using more space and less space as I get in closer to the head. All right? Thanks for joining. Thanks for playing along. And again, if you're in the area, please check out the tour dates below. For Danielson, I'll be joining this really fun band on the tour, our U.S. tour, coast to coast. for the next few weeks. So please check out when I'm coming to a city near you, and I'd love to meet you and catch up and make a connection and stay in touch. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.